Welcome to the making of a DM. Do you want to get everything, yes, everything that you've ever wanted out of your life before you die? Well, then this is the show that you must listen to full attention. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. Man, I appreciate you guys. A lot of responses to the last show we did over here on the making of a DM. So I'm sitting here talking to you. It's a beautiful day. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go hang out at the pool with the kiddos. I just got done with a great workout with my boy Matt here, local here in Parkland, Florida. Got some cool stuff. My family's healthy and happy and a lot of cool things going on. So I appreciate you guys being here. I want to share some stuff with you about if you want more out of your life and your business and, you know, the true happiness. I want to share just some thoughts with you with me working with thousands of investors and business owners and entrepreneurs at many levels of how to get there and what I've went through and truthfully what I still go through. And what I'll share with you today sounds so simple. It really is simple, but it's very complex at the same time. And the show, I hope, is one of the most listened to shows that I've ever had because I believe that what you'll learn here today, you could take this information and actually really make a massive pivot to the next level many times over. This is one of the shows that you would want to listen to multiple times as you evolve. Kind of reminds me of Think and Grow Rich. I've been reading that book. It was actually the first book I've ever read in my life, full book, at 18 years old. And it's a book I read once a year still to date because I'm learning something new every single time I read the book. And why is that? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's because we evolve, we develop, we grow, we change, we edit, we are in different places at different times, and we're seeking different answers depending on what's going on in our lives, right? So I'm going to share something with you. I'm going to give a statement, and I want you to ideally write this down, and we're going to dive deep into this, but it's a very simple but profound statement, and let's write this down. So my question, when I'm working with someone, my first question, you know, they're like, dude, I'm here, I'm there, I'm over where, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm doing that. And I always come back to the question of, are you clear, like I'm talking crystal clear on what you really, really want? Are you crystal clear on what you really want the outcome to be? See, unfortunately, we live in a world where you can watch what I'm doing online and many millions of other people and think that's what you want to do. There's TV shows galore, housewives and Kardashians and whatever bullshit junk shows are on, thinking that that's like normal and that's what you want. And when you're sitting there in the den or working in your office or wherever you're working, and you're working on your goals and your dreams and you're driving forward and you're hitting resistance, and you're like, dude, I want the Ferrari, I want the Lamborghini, and I don't want to work. I want to sit on the beach and smoke weed and drink beer all day and hang out and travel and fly on jets and blah, blah, blah. Cool. But is that what you really, really want today? Now, I'm not saying it is or isn't. I don't know, nor do I give two shits on what you want. I don't know what you want. The truth is, you probably don't even know what the hell you want. And that's the truth. And this isn't necessarily just with business. This is with life. This is with health. This is with wealth. This is with everything. A lot of times people are like, dude, if I just had $100,000, well, is that what you really want? $100,000 for what? And for some odd reason in business, everyone thinks $1 million is the golden goose. You know what I mean? But I want you to understand this is something I work on. I call it journaling or thought auditing or a mixture of both, right? Whatever you call it, it is what it is. But whatever you're doing in the morning or evening or afternoon or in your journal time, your 5 minutes of day or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, however long you are doing this for, this is a document that will be edited constantly. Because as you get deeper into what you actually fucking really want, you start to get a clearer picture. You start to get excited. You start getting some results or some feedback coming to you. See, I was talking with a buddy. He's getting ready to buy a $2 million house. That's what he really wants right now. And he's having some mental challenges with it because it's messing with him because it's a lot of money. His mortgage payment's going to be $15,000 a month. He's never had a mortgage payment more than $7,000 a month, and he's freaking out. And I was like, dude, in 10 years, is this what you really want? He's like, yeah, right, man. I'll probably be in a $30 million house. Well, FYI, that's $300,000 a month. And you're tripping up on $15,000 a month. How the fuck do you think you're going to get a $300,000 a month deal if you're freaking out about $15K a month? See, when you put it into perspective, one, what you say you want and what you're willing to do to get what you want, these are massively, drastically different things here, right? And I want you to be clear. You are like, hey, I want to lose weight. Hey, yeah, man, I'll meet you at the bar. We'll have some wings and beer. Well, is that what you really want to do? Or is that what you really just say out loud to sound cool and be cool? So if you ever get upset or overwhelmed or emotional or distressed or sad or any anxiety and all this shit we all get, it's because your words and what you really want are not aligned with your actions to get you what you really want. Many people want a lot of shit. Very few will ever get it. Not because it doesn't exist. It's because you haven't created the habits to create the results to get what you really want. You're too busy talking about it, not busy doing anything about it. I can tell you this. I used to do this for many years. I always said, I want to do this, but I never did the actions to get it. And I actually would go into negative. Like I'd get negative. I'd get overwhelmed. I'd get frustrated. I'd get pissed off. I'd get angry. I'd get mad. The truth is, the type of guy I am, I actually have to get sick and tired of being sick and tired to make a move. I don't like to be in a position where I have to ask for, hey man, can I borrow something? No, fuck you. I don't need anything from you. And I've worked really hard in my life. I'll be in business 25 years, June 21st. I've worked really hard. I've put many, many, many sleepless nights, many emotional ups and downs, financial whacks, financial highs, and everything in between to get to that moment. See, truth is, I don't even like asking anybody for dick. I don't want to ask you for anything. I can go get it myself. If I come into town, I'm not, hey man, can I borrow your car? I'm trying to save $100. Fuck you. I'm going and renting the nicest car in town, and I'm going to roll, and I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm not even going to think twice about it. Hey man, can I stay in your spare room? I'm coming in town and chilling. Fuck you. I'm staying at the Four Seasons. I'm going to get the suite, and I'm going to enjoy life and not even think twice about it. I have a very crystal clear picture of what I want today. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean it might not get foggy tomorrow or the next week after, right? Because we're evolving. A lot of times people ask dumbass questions like, hey, Mark, what if you lost everything? What would you do? Well, hey, dipshit, I've been in business 25 years. What would I do? I'd hit up the top 5 people I've done business for consistently for 20 to 25 years, and I wouldn't have to start over. I have the relationship capital already built. I have a massive, massive, massive bank of opportunity around me all the time. Most people can think it's about just money. Well, dude, relationship capital to me is more important than money. I can make a lot of money with our relationships. I do make a lot of money with relationships. But what do you want? What do you want your business to look like? Are you crystal clear? Do you want to go into an office? Do you want to have 5 employees, 5,000 employees, cool. See, at one time when I was 18, I wanted to have the biggest office building in the country. I wanted to have more employees than anybody. I wanted to have the coolest cars out there. I wanted everyone to drive, white Range Rovers, and I would drive the black Range Rover. I wanted my team to have millions of dollars each and all that stuff. Well, when I was 18, I didn't know how to hire people. I didn't know how to manage people. I realized really quickly I hate fucking dealing with kids and people that are childlike. So I said, whoa, pump the brakes, put my ass in the field. I'll go out and do the work, and I'll have 1 or 2 staff to help me make this happen. Always had an assistant and then another helper or 2. And I started editing what I really wanted. It's okay if you don't know 100%. But just being aware that this is a real thing will help you on your journey to get actually what you really want. I was busting my buddy's chops about that $2 million house. I'm like, dude, be careful for what you wish for. Because 5 years ago, this fucker was bankrupt, literally. And now he's stressing out about paying 15 grand a month. But yet he really wants the 300 grand a month house. True story. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. He's stretching. He's making more money in a month than he used to make in many years. The money really is not, this sounds fucked up. The money is not really the problem in this situation. Very rarely in the situation. It's the mindset to get the money. He has the money, but he's going back to him old self, his 5 years, 7 year self when he was bankrupt. And he's thinking about, man, what if I lose everything? You can't. You've got, like, when you say lose everything, when you lose everything, that, to me, when I hear that, that means death. That's when you lose everything. You have massive relationships. You've made a lot of people a lot of money. You're making a lot of money. You're doing a lot of amazing things. He's very crystal clear. You got to remember, 7 years ago, he's only been an entrepreneur 12 years. 7 years ago, he's only been in the game 5 years. Most of the time, you don't even know what the hell you want, right? And then the longer you get in the journey, especially if you have great mentors around you, the question always should be, is this what you even want? What do you want? What does your crystal clear picture look like? And then we start digesting, start digesting. Guys, I recently was watching the show on HBO Prime or HBO whatever, Plus, whatever it's called. And it's called Wall Street, Mark Wahlberg, right? If you haven't seen it, it's interesting to watch. And I watch it and I'm sad. I'm actually sad and motivated in the same moment. Because I watch it and, he's traveling. This guy's got money, right? And he's traveling. He's worth maybe $200, $300 million, maybe more or less. I don't know. But he's done a lot of movies. He's making real money in movies. And he's traveling and he's gone from his family for almost 3 months. 100% I would never do that. 100%. You could say, Mark, I'll give you $100 million. You got to leave your family for 3 months. You can't talk, blah, 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 blah. Nope, I'm out. I'm out. I wouldn't do it. I'm not better than Mark. I'm not saying he's better than me. I'm just saying I'm not willing to trade money for my family's time. He has young kids at home. Dude, you're missing amazing moments in 90 days. As you know, kids, a lot of shit happens in 90 days. And I was watching this and, he has tons of people around him all the time. What is he chasing? And the people, most of these guys are partners and stuff of his. They're not going to come to him and say, yo, man, you got to pipe down. You got to slow this shit down, dude. You only live once. Money's cool, but family's even cooler. What are we doing all this for? Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what are you doing all this for? What are you doing this for? And as you get higher on the totem pole, the more you have to ask yourself that more and more. Folks, it's easy. I get it. I'm not knocking Mark Wahlberg. I love working too. But I'm and he must maybe very crystal clear on what he wants. I'm very crystal clear on what I want. I very rarely travel without my family. I very ultra rarely don't stay overnight unless my family's with me and unless I'm at my parents' house for a night or she's at her parents'. But like, I know my children are about to be 2. My daughter's about to be 2 on the 24th of April. And my son, he'll be 6 in August. I know there's very limited time to hang out with them at this level. And we cannot go backwards. I can't ever get this time back. I can't ever get those moments when Drea Bear comes running to me and say, Dad, I love you, Dad. When Mark comes up to me, he's like, Dad, let's go golfing. It's a non-fucking negotiable for me. I get asked all the time, come speak at my event, man. I'll pay you. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll fly you. And I'll do that. Nope. I'm good, man. Appreciate it. There's a huge podcaster that has messaged me many times. And he's like, dude, get out to my state. And I'm like, I don't go to your state. I've been there like 3 times. I don't even like your state, straight up. It's not that I don't like you or whatever. I have no desire to go to the state. It's ugly to me. I have nothing there. It is what it is. I'm not being a dick. I just know what the fuck I want. Well, man, hopefully you can make it out here. I'm not coming out there. What don't you understand, dickhead? I'm not coming out there. If you like me so much and you want to do this so much and you're so amazing, you fucking meet me where I'm at. Yeah, man, maybe one day he'll come out here. He just doesn't hear it. I like his persistence, by the way. I'm not knocking him either. But what I'm saying is he knows what he wants. I know what I want. Sometimes they don't come together. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not missing out on opportunity. He's not missing out on opportunity. When our time is right, it's right. See, I used to chase opportunity. I literally, the wind blows left, I go left. The wind blows right, I go right. I never had an identity. I was too busy trying to be everyone else. I wanted what the guy had down the street with 3 Ferraris. I wanted what the guy had down the street with the 3 girls. I wanted what the guy had down the street with the big house. I wanted what the guy had down the street with the 3,000 employees. I never had someone like, doing shit in real life saying, Mark, what do you really fucking want? I would have so much more money. I would have so much more hair. Maybe a little bit less wrinkles if I would have stepped back and just started asking myself that question. See, when I go into deals, I ask, is this aligned with what I really want? And I'm not saying this in an arrogant way. I turn down more deals than most people probably get in their lifetime in a week because they don't align with where I'm at. Some of them could make a lot of money. Some of them, I hope they all make money for the person. But for me, it's just not in alignment. If I can't see my value add in the alignment, if it's not like, if I don't believe in the product, believe in the person, believe in the mission, believe in everything else, and it's aligned with how I roll, I'm not going to board meetings every day. I'm not doing P&L meetings. Like, I know how to do that shit on my own. If you're like, man, well, we got 3 meetings a month, I'm out. I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate you thinking about me. I don't care how good the opportunity is. See, I've created a lifestyle that I want. Not what you want, not what my parents want, not what my grandparents say it should look like, not what my in-laws think it should look like, but what I fucking want. And I have zero apology about it. It's my fucking life. So when people are like, dude, you know how much opportunity you're missing out? No, I don't. Thanks for asking, though. I don't care. I'm doing it for life, not opportunity. Opportunities everywhere, by the way. But you have to be really clear on what you want. Take a moment. Don't close your eyes because you're probably driving or on the treadmill. But think about when you got really crystal clear about the first car you ever wanted. Think about how crystal clear you got on your first apartment, your first transaction, your first house. Like, you became laser fucking focused. Borderline obsessive. Unless you're not like every other person I know, it's an entrepreneur, you get super obsessive. Like when I buy a jet, I know down to the stitching what that shit looks like. I know when I'm buying it. I know how much I'm paying. I know where I'm going to get it from. I know what the goal is and the timelines, et cetera. And I know exactly the details. I'm obsessed with it. I do this when I go to buy anything. And when you do this and you're crystal clear on what you want in your business, you actually let the universe know, yo, I'm seeking. I have a company that does many millions of dollars a year. It started exactly like this. I said, I hate this side of the business. If I can find someone that can fit in there, I would consider it. I hate this side of the business. If I could find, I literally created a team in 6 months that is still running today. It's one of my biggest companies, and it allows me to keep growing and do what I'm great at. Finding great talent, plugging great people in, supporting the vision, sharing the vision, driving the vision for an hour and a half a week from anywhere in the world via a Zoom call once a week. That's my duties to that company. And it's a multi-million-dollar company. So I see Wahlberg, he's got Wahlburgers. He's got this clothing line, which is cool. Again, all these things are cool. But then you got to ask yourself, again, I know we talk about shiny object syndrome and this and that, but is that what you really want? Maybe it is today. Maybe it is next week. Maybe it is next year. Maybe it is 20 years from now. Maybe it's never. But certain things, I believe, you put timelines on. You create, like I said, my daughter's will be 2. My sons will be 6. Like I know when they turn 14, 15, and then 18, and then 22. These are different points in my life. My son's 22. I don't even know where my life will be, right? I think I kind of have a little bit of vision of what it looks like, but there's a lot can happen. I hope I'm still here even. But being crystal clear is like, I want the family to be protected. I want to grow my financial money tree for myself and for my family. I've shared the story about like, I've always been crystal clear, like, and again, this is not a knock to my family members, but it's the truth. No one has money. No one has financial retirement. Like no one has financial skills. They can't retire. These are the people you see at Walmart. These are my parents. These are my cousins. These are my uncles. These are my aunts. These are my grandmother. Like they just don't have the financial wherewithal. I've always seen that my whole life. So I always wanted to change the financial trajectory for the family name. I want to show people it's possible. I come from small town, Ohio, 650 people, small town, no cops, no stoplights, right? You work at the mill, you do construction, or you work on the farm. But one thing I am sure of is like, I'm very crystal clear. My job is to create financial literacy to my family and to carry on the torch to teach others how to be smarter about money, how to be a better giver, how to be a better earner, how to like understanding your value in life. Listen, if you want to be a firefighter, I love that. Go do it. But I'm going to show you how to make more money than you've ever thought possible fighting fires. You know, it's not going to be coming from firefighter station either. It's going to come through other streams of income. I'm going to show you how to create. Hey, if you want to be a school teacher and change your kids' life, that's amazing. Let me show you how to do that. Plus, let me show you how to be financial literate, like have financial literacy. See, I want to change my family's financial tree. It's something I think about every single day. When I make moves, I'm making moves for a global picture, not a me picture. It's got to fit in with all or none. I want you to understand, like, when you got that first car, when you got that, just go back to that moment. Maybe something recently you purchased that was a big deal for you. Go back to that moment and think about how sure you really wanted that. And more importantly, how focused, how serious, how every action step you took got you one step closer to making it a reality. I've lost so much money by not being focused. I've lost many millions, tons, maybe billions, who knows, of dollars by not knowing what I really wanted. I was trying. I told you back in the day, I used to drive this little Chevy 1986 C10. Trash. This truck was hilarious, but it gets me excited thinking about it because it was like the first truck I ever bought on my own. $2,000. Financed it, $120 a month or something like that. And I was taking it to and from projects. It was a work truck. And I would sit in there smoking cigars. These are the $5, $5 a pack, $1 a cigar, and listen to classical music because that's what I thought success looked like. I didn't have a clear picture of what I wanted. I was trying to become someone else. And I'm not saying you won't become someone else, by the way, through this journey, because I've definitely become someone way different than how I grew up. Way different, like day and night, 180 degrees different. But I'm still the good old boy. I'm still the relationship guy. I still love my parents to death. I think about them. I want to do cool stuff for them. I want to take care of them. I want to help them. I want to guide them. I want to inspire them. That's what I'm thinking about daily. When I'm doing posts, when I'm doing podcast shows, sometimes I cuss a little too aggressively, but, I just get excited. I get passionate about sharing this stuff with you, hoping that you could just grasp 1%, 2%, 10% of the message and implement it in your life and start getting results. But I challenge you to sit down with one piece of paper and a pen that works and start writing out, what do I really want? Really, really want? Do you want a business that makes $100,000 a month without you working in it? It's possible. It won't happen out of the gate, but it's a hell of a process to get there, and it's definitely doable. 100% doable, multiple times over. Do you want it just to make $10,000 a month and just keep the wheels rolling and just enjoy life? Maybe you love getting your hands dirty. My father absolutely loves tinkering. I hate it. Light bulbs got to get changed. Call someone, spend $100. I'm not changing. I'm focused on something else. You got to understand, how I grew up, if anything was broke, you always fixed it. You never would call someone ever to fix anything. And then as I started realizing, my time, one, we have multiple houses now, so it's like I'm not flying back and forth to different houses to fix stuff. And two, I have my value is different today. I'm 42, about to be 43. I have multiple companies, many different things going on, and a young family. That's what's important. That's my value. That's for me. See, I see so many great people lost, confused, frustrated, overwhelmed, anxious. And I have often a lot of these things myself. But when I start feeling these, it's because I'm off of what I want. What serves me, and be getting really clear on what I want, right? The truth is I want it all. I want the big houses. I want the big cars. I want more money. I want more businesses. I want help more people. I really do want that, but it's not all I want today. And you got to start weighing it out. You got to start asking yourself, where am I at in my life today? Where am I going? Like a starting point, picture a map, from Florida to California. I'm starting in Florida. Where I'm at, I'm going to California. It's going to take me 4 months or 4 years, depending on what journey you're taking. And there's going to be stop checkpoints. And I'm going to readjust. But awareness is what we're talking about. Just because I have a Rolls doesn't mean you should have a Rolls or want a Rolls. I'm not trying to minimize your dreams or goals. If you want one, I think you should have one, by the way. But not everybody's into cars. Not everybody's into houses and watches or whatever. When I got really clear on what I wanted, I stopped caring what people thought. I stopped caring what you would think. I roll through the area in the Rolls with a nice watch and a Kangol and a pink shirt, and you could say whatever you want. It would go on deaf ears. Because it's not about you, it's about me. I talk about this in the Me Economy that will be coming out here soon, is about when you get super laser focused, the noise gets quieter. Now listen, they might be screaming as loud as they can, but I'm so focused I can't even hear them. So if you're struggling with people like, dude, you can't do that, that won't work. One, you're sharing your dreams with the wrong people. And two, you're too vulnerable to be sharing that kind of shit right now because you actually don't even know what you really want. You got to get around people that can support your vision. More importantly, actually make your vision bigger, help guide you, let you know what's possible. That's why I love books. Read over 5,000 books over the years. Just bought 2 more today before I hopped on this podcast show. And the knowledge in these books are tremendous. I'm a slow reader. I hate reading. I don't have time to read, but I have to make time to read, and I have to read slow. I have to read multiple times the same page to catch what they're saying, but I'm telling you, it's that powerful. I could borrow their belief. I could gain their confidence through the books, through the pages or audiobook, whatever you're listening to or reading. Like, I could gain insight, and that's what you're doing here on this podcast show, gaining insight on what is possible. And I can tell you, I've done businesses right and wrong. I still do right and wrong sometimes. Unfortunately, it's part of the game. I wouldn't have it any other way. You can't win the game of life without playing I'm playing to win, but there will be losses and wins. Always. Just, it is what it is. The truth is, the wins make you stronger. The wins make you the losses make you stronger. The losses, make the wins better. I challenge you to get this piece of paper out and just start writing. Don't edit it. Don't sit there, well, what do I really want? Just conscious flow. I want a new house, $300,000, on a cul-de-sac with a beautiful view of a golf course, blah, blah, blah. I want a Rolls Royce, blah, blah, blah. G-Wagon, Range Rover, whatever you want. Boom, personal, health. I want to be fit. I want to be healthy. I want to be eating 3 meals solid a day. I want to be a calorie intake of 2,000, 2,100. I want to get, 45 minutes of great exercise, like for real exercise, heart rate up to blah, blah, blah. Great business. I want to build a $20,000 a month consistent revenue stream that's consistent and develop that into something bigger. And then what it does, it forces you to make sure you're in a model that can suffice that kind of environment. It's going to be hard to make 20 grand a month consistently selling lemonade in your front yard. Unless it's amazing lemonade with stuff in it, CBD lemonade or something, right? I just know as I'm sitting here, just so grateful. I was out back before I got on this, hanging out with Drea. She's laying on me. Mark's over at our friend's house, stayed all night, with his kids. And guys, we got life by the balls, straight up. I'm not saying this to brag or impress, but to impress upon. This was a dream for me. I can sit in back in this amazing complex in Florida, overlooking the pool, the pond, whatever. Drea's laying there. The weather's beautiful, the breeze, and I'm just like soaking it all in. I'm smoking a cigar, yes. And I'm just like, wow, quiet, early morning, just feeling blessed. This shit does not happen by accident. By the way, whatever you have now, you've put this in your life anyways, right? So knowing that, you either did on purpose or not on purpose, consciously or subconsciously, knowing that we have control over this, why not put it on paper and start being conscious about our thoughts, conscious about our actions, and getting very dialed in about like, what the hell do I really want? If you're looking for the compass, this is the compass. No one can tell you what you want, by the way. No one except you. You can gain, like what's cool, I watch, true story, I watched the Wahlberg thing last night. I go to bed at midnight and I couldn't sleep. I was excited. I watched him. He does have a hustle muscle I like. I miss some of those days. I love working. I love hustling. I love grinding it out. I love making more money. I love helping more people. I love doing that shit. But at this time in my life, I can do those things, maybe make more. Who knows? I got up before 4:00 and I was like ready to go, tackle the world. I'm excited. So like you could listen to me or someone else and pull pieces from them. You don't have to like everything I'm about. You don't have to like everything so-and-so's about. But you can pull pieces like, wow, great father. I like that shit about him. I want to learn how to be a great dad like that guy. And this is a business making of a DM podcast show, right? I'm hanging out with my kids. I do a lot of shit with them. I'm building their financial fortunes with them. I'm showing them how to do it. I'm talking about it daily. I would be more proud of someone following me wanting to be a great dad than want to be a great business guy. True story. Because I believe if you're a great dad, you can be great at anything. And not everybody's as fortunate enough as I had to have a great dad. He taught me a lot of shit. Didn't have a lot of money, but I'm actually not mad about it. I'm actually thankful that we didn't. And there's nothing we can do about it anyways. But it's like I look at this and I just want to show them. I want to prove to them. I want to show my parents what we're capable of because of them. I think having kids now is one of the greatest gifts in the world. Not always easy. I want to choke them out sometimes, but it really is a very clear picture of what do you want. Put your phone down. Pause for a moment. Think, what do you want? Write it down. Don't judge it. Don't edit it. Just let it flow. This is a piece of paper. You can always tear it up if you don't like it. You can always redo it. The truth is, it's a document, a living, breathing document just like you. It's just your thoughts on paper. And when you start creating that, if you want to figure out what your core values are in your companies, this is how you do it. If you want to figure out what your core values are as a human being, this is how you do it. If you want to figure out what you really fucking want, this is the only way to do it. Write it down, edit, go get it. Nope, don't like that, don't want that. Nope, oh, I really like that. Let's do more of that. Boom, edit, grow. If you do this right, this living, breathing document will carry on after you stop breathing. It's called a legacy. I've never met someone that has an amazing legacy that didn't know what the fuck they wanted. They were very crystal clear. Not to say it didn't get cloudy often, but they stayed a course and they got shit done. Be clear on what you really want. What do you really, really want? I'd love to hear what you really want. Follow me on Instagram at Mark Evans DM. Keep me posted with your journey. Please, if this podcast show is impactful in helping you, giving you some insight and excitement and getting you going and getting some results, most importantly, please share it with people that you care about and love. Let them know, maybe your spouse, maybe they're not on board with what you're up to, and you're like, dude, I listen to this crazy guy, the DM. He is kind of crazy. He might cuss a little bit, hun, but I think it's worth listening to. Please share it. Get the message to the people. Let me help you help them. We're a team, guys. We can do so much more together. I'm an open book. Whatever you need help with, I'm here to help. Please keep me posted on the journey. Sit down. Do it right now. Don't put this shit off. Too many people's putting it off too long and or never doing it. Sit down, grab some paper, and get to writing. It's your time. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? You know what you need to do. Appreciate you being here. Keep me posted with your progress. Make your day count.
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. Did not come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. Thought they should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2 8-figure business. businesses. I can walk away from it all, and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose, yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm more Kevin's DM. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm more Kevin's DM. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. Deal maker. DM project.
This is the podcastfactory.com.